The motorcycle industry is crumbling right before our eyes. Sales are plummeting, factories are shutting down, and bankruptcy papers are being filed across the board. Today, I'm going to reveal the 7 motorcycle brands that are on a direct collision course with financial disaster. These aren't small players. We're talking about industry giants with billions in debt, sales in freefall, and warehouses full of motorcycles nobody wants to buy.
We send our motorcycles out a lot of the time.
Stick around, because brand number 1 is going to shock you, especially if you've been riding American for decades. We're witnessing the most dramatic shift in the motorcycle market in decades. Data shows that US motorcycle sales have plunged over 10% year-to-date through March 2025, the worst start to any year in the last decade. So, let's count down the 7 brands that are guaranteed to collapse soon. Number 7. Zero Motorcycles. Zero has been building electric bikes since 2006, making them one of the OG players in the EV motorcycle space. But the numbers tell a grim story. Zero's sales dropped by a staggering 43% in the first half of 2024 alone. Their dealer network is shrinking rapidly, and inventory is piling up. Dealers are slashing prices on new Zeros just to move them off the showroom floor. This isn't just a temporary dip. This is a death spiral. The fundamental problem? Electric motorcycles haven't caught on the way manufacturers hoped. Range anxiety, high prices, and lack of charging infrastructure have made buyers hesitant. Unlike cars, where you can fit a massive battery, motorcycles have severe weight and space limitations. Zero's reliance on continuous investor funding makes them particularly vulnerable in today's tightening financial landscape. With multiple competitors already bankrupt, the writing is on the wall for Zero. Number 6. Fuel Motorcycles. Even legendary status couldn't save this one. Eric Buell, one of the most respected motorcycle designers in the industry, watched his electric motorcycle venture Fuel file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in October 2024. The fuel flow looked promising on paper. 47 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds. But impressive specs weren't enough to overcome the brutal realities of the electric motorcycle market. Chapter 7 isn't just restructuring, it's liquidation. Game over. If a visionary like Buell can't make it work, what hope do others have in this space? Let me know in the comments if you've ever ridden a Buell or considered an electric motorcycle. Number 5. Energica. Founded in 2014, Italian manufacturer Energica produced some of the most advanced electric sport bikes on the market. The Ego Plus, Eva Rebelle, and SS9 Plus were technological marvels. But technology doesn't guarantee profitability. After years of mounting losses described as being on thin ice, Energica's board of directors has pulled the plug. The company is now in full liquidation, with assets being sold off to pay creditors. This Italian thoroughbred couldn't outrun the same challenges plaguing all electric motorcycle manufacturers. High costs, slow adoption, and brutal competition in a market that's just not ready. Number 4. Indian Motorcycle. This one might surprise you. While Indian has shown some resilience in retail sales, the bigger picture is troubling. Sales declined by 15% in the first 8 months of 2024. And they're facing intense pressure in the crucial heavyweight segment. But the real concern is parent company Polaris. Their overall sales dropped 20% in 2024, with the on-road division, including Indian, down 21% in Q4 alone. Profitability is deteriorating fast, and Polaris executives admit they're expecting more economic headwinds in 2025. Indian might have loyal customers and positive reviews, but when your parent company is struggling, resources get tight. Polaris has to prioritize its more profitable divisions, potentially leaving Indian starved for investment just when they need it most. The ghost wobble issues reported by some riders haven't helped their reputation either. Are you still riding an Indian? Subscribe now to stay informed about their future and what it means for parts availability and resale value. Our top 3 brands facing collapse are even bigger names that might shock you. Number 3. Livewire. Harley-Davidson's electric gamble is failing spectacularly. The numbers are brutal. Livewire shipped only 612 motorcycles in all of 2024, a 7% decrease from the previous year. In the first quarter of 2025, sales collapsed by a shocking 72%. These aren't just bad numbers, they're catastrophic. Livewire lost $110 million in 2024 despite barely selling any bikes. That's nearly $180,000 lost per motorcycle sold. Electric motorcycle adoption has been painfully slow, and Livewire's premium pricing puts them out of reach for most riders. Range anxiety and charging infrastructure remain massive hurdles. Harley-Davidson created Livewire as a separate brand to attract younger riders, but the strategy is backfiring expensively. How much longer can they subsidize these massive losses? Number 2. KTM. The Austrian motorcycle giant is in deep trouble. In November 2024, KTM declared bankruptcy with debts of approximately $3.09 billion. They've entered self-administration under Austrian insolvency laws, essentially begging creditors for breathing room. Production at their main factory in Mattighofen was completely halted until the end of February 2025. Why? Because they're drowning in unsold inventory, about 130,000 motorcycles sitting in warehouses gathering dust. The parent company, Pierre Mobility, reported losses of 172 million euros in 2024 with net debt surging by 89%. They've been forced to sell off assets like their stake in MV Agusta just to generate cash. KTM's US sales have plummeted by over 30% through March 2025, far worse than the overall market decline. This isn't just a recession, this is existential. Number 1. Harley-Davidson. The most iconic American motorcycle brand is on the brink. Harley's sales have plummeted by 26% year-to-date through March 2025, more than double the overall market decline. Kawasaki has now overtaken Harley in US market share, a stunning reversal for the once dominant American icon. In the fourth quarter of 2024, Harley's motorcycle sales revenue collapsed by 47%, with total revenue down 35%. Operating income for motorcycles dropped 20% in the quarter and a staggering 47% for the full year. The fundamental problem? Harley has failed to attract younger riders. Their core demographic is aging out of riding, and their attempts to go electric through Livewire have been a billion-dollar flop. Harley's long-term debt stands at $4.47 million, and their restructuring efforts have yet to show results. The company that defined American motorcycling for generations is facing the fight of its life. The motorcycle industry is facing a perfect storm that's bringing even the biggest names to their knees. While these brands fight for survival, why not check out my video on the 8 weirdest motorcycles of all time? Because some of these bizarre creations might actually outlast the industry giants we've covered today. It'll give you something to smile about after this sobering look at the industry's collapse.